The topic is dealing with low acidic coffees. I'm going through the process of getting my coffee on Amazon, and I'm currently in the Vine program. A lot of the reviews were on there and they're talking about this is a very low acidic coffee. But in this case, I think people gravitate to sweetness more than anything. You have to give people a chance to experience coffee the way that they want to, the way that they like. We live right now. We're just talking about good things. And of course, we're going to be talking about coffee. It was interesting today. I was thinking about the topic and I was like, okay, I said, fuck it. Let's just talk about it. So the topic is dealing with low acidic coffees. Because, you know, that's the thing about coffee. It's people are people. There's a lot of people in the world. Everybody has their opinions about coffee or anything in general. But in this case, it's just let's just talk about coffee, right? And people like what they like. And it's interesting to kind of put my perspective on things. But at the end of the day, I'm just one person. I like what I like. I like a medium to dark roast coffee. There can be very punchy, bold flavors. It doesn't taste like tea and all that good stuff, right? But there's people that don't care for that. There's people that like light roast. And through my whole journey through tasting coffee and understanding coffee and seeing it for what it is, it's one of those things to where I'm like, okay, let's just see what we taste in this light roasted coffee. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I'm going through the process of getting my coffee on Amazon. It's actually on Amazon. And I'm currently in the Vine program. And what the Vine program does is that you essentially give away your coffee for reviews. You can't make somebody like your stuff or whatnot. It doesn't matter. I mean, at the end of the day, you are in this thing to where you're just putting it out there for people, which is scary and fun at the same time. And that's actually what I'm doing right now. And so far I have 2 reviews. There have been 5 stars, 2 ladies and everything. And they've been liking the stuff so far. So I got 8 more reviews to go. And then we'll see where that goes. And then we will see if it makes sense for us to keep going to get more reviews and all that. But I guess what I'm saying is that a lot of times just by reading and looking at these reviews is that people come on there and they're like, I like this coffee for this various reason. And it's pretty cool to kind of get different people's perspectives on things. People I don't know, no family members, no friends, nothing like that. Now people telling me it's awesome. I know it's awesome. But perfect strangers, people who will probably be in the market to buy a big bag of coffee from hopefully me and my company, right? And a lot of the reviews were on there and they're talking about this is a very low acidic coffee. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah. The coffee that I gave was a Brazilian. They tend to have very low acidity. There is still some. I think it's more prominent if you roast it a little bit lighter, but it's still there. But I would say that, yes, this coffee is chocolatey and nutty, as most Brazilian coffees are. But it's mostly like that, at least to me, when you add creamer or cream or whatnot, because it really just amplifies those type of flavors. It's like a chocolate milk, so to speak. Because at the end of the day, I think that's what majority of people want. They want something smooth, something tasty, something to the point to where they're not like fighting and juggling with it. And that's why a lot of times when I talk about specialty, and they probably need to stop saying specialty, just say coffee, good tasting coffee, because that's all people want at a decent price. It's a staple, something they drink every day or probably multiple times a day. And it's one of those things to the point to where we're like, okay, what are we really doing here? And again, I have to take myself out of this whole thing because I'm not typically, I guess, most of the time, depending on what I'm selling, my clientele, which is weird. It's interesting, right? And my biggest thing is to get to the masses of people, to let them know that they can really taste the freshness, the essence of what good tasting coffee is. Something that they can go to the well all the time. Something that they can drink and enjoy and understand and get to the point to where it's just part of their routine. Like good tasting coffee is a part of their routine. But in this case, we're talking about low acidic coffee. And to me, I think it's a place for it. I do like, I don't know which one I like more. I just like balance. Again, it doesn't have to be a 50-50 split in acidity and sweetness. But in this case, I think people gravitate to sweetness more than anything. They don't like it to kind of like upset the flow of how they're actually enjoying or drinking that coffee, especially as a medium roast and even, so to speak, as a light roast. So what am I saying here? You have to give people something that they can I guess enjoy, love, and appreciate more than anything. It's one of those things to where you really have to take yourself out of it. You have to give people a chance to experience coffee the way that they want to, the way that they like. And then once that happens, I think there's going to be great things when it comes to people just enjoying their coffee. But to me, if you're asking me if I like low acidic type of coffees, I would say no. I like some type of acidity to the cup because it's that whole balance thing that I'm like craving. Is like, what is it really saying to me? But a lot of times, a lot of people, they like low acidic coffees. They like something that's nutty. That's something that's like a chocolate milk. So what do you think about that? What do you think about that whole notion of like, this is the way I like my coffee? This is what I'm thinking about when it comes to actually enjoying coffee. Because at the end of the day, it's about you. It's about what you care about, So before we continue on with all this stuff, I'm trying to be better about advertising. It's kind of weird just saying that, but here's a little commercial. Hey, this episode is brought to you by Everyday Beans. Everyday Beans, you can get a really good, nice cup of coffee or a bag of coffee in this case, balanced and flavorful. You can reach us at everydaybeans.com or I guess socials if you care about that stuff. So yeah, that's me doing the instrument in between all that stuff to kind of just let you know that we are here to serve and to help you, either you by listening to the episodes, you commenting, not commenting, thumbs up, thumbs down, subscribing, going to the website, getting a little bit more about what we do there, blogging, podcasting, and just really selling coffee too. See, I kind of forget about that. But at the end of the day, it's about what you care about. And that's why I like doing these podcasts, because it's pretty cool to, just share my opinion about things. And then as I share my opinion about things, then eventually some people will come later on and share their opinions. And we kind of go back and forth like I'm doing on a couple of my videos on YouTube right now and all that good stuff. So let's kind of wrap this up a little bit. This is more so like a short one. And I just want to just really put it out there because at the end of the day, we like what we like. We have different preferences. Sometimes we don't know what we like. So that's why it's best to just give people a reasoning why we like what we like, or give them a reason why they like what they like, and kind of just share that with us, because we're here to serve. We're here to give people exactly more so what they like, but also to the point to stretch them a little bit, to kind of give them a chance or opportunity to where they can taste coffee that's different, that's unique, something that they may like. So yeah, I don't know. But I have to realize a lot of times is that even though I'm like talking about my coffee or not doing a really good job of selling it because I'm very hypercritical about what I like about it, what I don't like about it, how I use it in different applications. Somebody may like that. Somebody may think that that's exactly what they're into and what they like about coffee in general. So it's best to present the facts as much as you can. And that's my goal. My goal is to give you as much critical, important information out there. And then at the end of the day, once you get the bag, you taste what you taste, you like what you like, you don't like what you like. And that's all we can do. Because that's all it's really about. It's about us giving each other a shot to understand what we're really tasting here and enjoying. So, yeah. This is me, okay, at Everyday Beans, talking about low acidic coffees and really where it plays a part in this whole coffee thing. I think that's really what it's all about. It's about how we go about understanding coffee, presenting coffee, and just letting people enjoy it for whichever reason that they do. So I don't want to keep rambling about this, but this is okay at Everyday Beans signing off. Talk to you later. Bye. Ooh.